much better than our roads. There's a lot more concrete being used, a mix of concrete and a tarmac. But the depth of the road is much more durable.
Much as we do.
They do, yeah, but they do it in the night time. And then they disappear during the day. They couldn't manage it during the day because of the amount of traffic.
So the depth of the road, why is that important? Because we've got loads of layers. Ours are all Roman roads, aren't they, originally?
Yeah, but I'm no expert or anything like that, but it feels as though they're more durable for the purpose, and they've got much more traffic in. You know?
We need to do something about the materials that we use, because when it does get cold, and you know, that's when we get potholes, isn't it? When they fracture and they get frozen and then they contract, do all those things that they do because of the winter, and that's when the potholes appear. There must be a way of overcoming that.
There must be. But is it the councils that do the work on the roads, or is it?
Well, no, it's often, as I say, it's often the gas board. If you smell a gas leak, you are duty bound here in London anyway to inform the gas board, and they have to inspect the area to make sure no gas is leaking. Similarly, water board, but I mean, there are leaks in our water system all over the place. Is there a particularly bad spot for roads in or near Aberdeen, or is it the whole shebang?
The whole shebang. They're busy, like I say, they're busy repairing it with this solid tarmac stuff, which probably won't last the winter, eh?
Well,
you know,
I just think that we have too much traffic on the roads, and the poor old roads are screaming out. They're absolutely knackered on them, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my friend. What do you enjoy about the Olympics? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything silly?
I'm looking forward to the Paralympics.
Ah, good.
And the Winter Olympics as well, yeah.
When's the Winter Olympics? Is it next January?
I don't know, to be honest.
So I need to get you excited about the America's Cup, Murray.
Oh, America.
Do you know what that is?
No.
The America's Cup. Sailing?
Oh, sailing, yeah, it's quite good.
That's coming up
Sailing's
this year.
good.
I think it's going to become a lot more popular than people think. All right, my friend, nice answer. Thank you very much for calling. That's Murray, a new caller in Aberdeen. Here's Eamon, who's in Ashford, has a list of M roads you want to complain about. Morning.
Good morning. Yeah. M20, your operation work comes in place kind of when they feel like it.
Operation, is that when it's too busy at the port?
Allegedly, but 9 times out of 10, it is quite normal. It's never queues on the part that they're expecting.
Yeah.
But then you get 2 lanes of traffic. I don't know where it starts before actually. And you get 2 lanes of traffic right up to kind of Maidstone, which is about 18 miles. You get something break down in one of those lanes and you've only got 2 lanes, then it's just carnage. And then straight after that we get onto the M26 and that's a night. The end of the M26 onto the M25. And I sometimes work in Southall, 89 miles on average takes me 3 hours to get there.
Really? Kind of, yeah. Okay. Am I allowed to ask what you do?
I'm a development chef for a marketing company.
A what?
A bakery company, the East of France. So go around doing lots of presentations to customers.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
actually on my way to Scotland.
Are you? All right. Presentations about bakeries, interesting. Is there anything, do you think, with your vast experience of the motorway structure around Britain, is there anything that could make our lives easier?
I wouldn't know what to do, to be honest with you. I mean, I think the major problem at the moment has been the smart motorways, and obviously they've got into a lot of problems with that.
Yeah.
So now they're closing all the motorways to put, and that's what seems to be causing the problem, I think.
All right, well, let's find out.
As most people,
I'm going to find out from our listeners where the longest ever bunch of roadworks. I mean, I saw one the other day that said they were still going to be doing the work on, and I can't remember where it was. I'm really cross with myself. they said they're still going to be doing the work in the summer of 2026. I mean, seriously, what could you build? You could build a small country in that time, couldn't you? 2026, summer. What takes so long? To be honest, Paul, I will come to you. I'm going to come to you after the news. I'm just going to read out some of the other stories around this morning. Sorry, my computer's been updated. The bane of my life. I keep getting rogue Chrome messages. Just first world problems. Let us look at our own front page, lbc.co.uk. Long live the Olympic Games. Tom Cruise plays starring role. Flag passes to Los Angeles. That's on our website if you'd like to get some details about that. The front pages of the newspapers. Let us start with The Sun. Oh God, it's more on Strictly. Apparently. Interesting. The Sun has an exclusive on contestant Amanda Abington. What is she upset about? GeoProbe. The Independent, doctors and nurses accused of rape left free to work in the NHS. It's like slightly concerning. And the Independent, the worst of riots at an end is their front page. The government quietly confident that the rioting has ended. The Daily Mirror, the parents of the Southport knife victim have released a picture of her party that ended in tragedy. The Daily Mirror reports. They've also got a full report on the closing ceremony last night. Daily Telegraph, another picture of this poor little girl standing next to a cardboard cutter. Taylor Swift. The front page though, Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, has told the Telegraph the UK has lost respect for the breakfast programme and others. Later this morning, The Guardian, writing in The Guardian, the Archbishop of Canterbury has warned Christians they should not be part of any far-right groups and criticised the use of Christian imagery in this summer's riots as an offence to our faith. It's taken quite a while for him to speak up. There's a lot of debate about whether the Archbishop of Canterbury should ever really get involved in social issues. I think he doesn't get involved in enough. There's other people I work with who thinks that he should keep stum. I kind of think it's his purpose as the sort of head of the pastoral society, if you like, and the king as well. But it's a debate. I think the Christian iconography he's referring to is the George Cross, is it? Is it the cross? I think so. That and the Celtic cross. Express exposed junior doctors plot to cripple the NHS again. Times knock down prices for green belt to build on. Daily Mail, no more rioting in the name of our little girl. Parents' heartfelt message at funeral of Southport victim. And the Financial Times, Harris now leads Trump on the economy in a poll that marks a sharp sentiment shift. Book all about her background. It's fascinating. It's 5:30. Let's get the news headlines. Thomas Watts.
The government says it's essential to keep up the pace of prosecutions after spells of violent unrest in England and Northern Ireland. Ministers had instructed police to stay on high alert over the weekend, but no widespread unrest materialised. New rules could see water companies forced to pay customers more in compensation. The new regulations include automatic payments for the failure to carry out meter readings or installations. Team GB athletes are set to return home after winning 65 medals at the Olympics in Paris. Last night's closing ceremony at the Stade de France saw the Olympic flame passed to Los Angeles. LBC weather, very hot and humid in the south with sunny spells, cooler further north, a high of 32 degrees.
LBC.
Get the best seat in the house at the HSL summer sale. Get up to 50% off some of our favourite chairs, including the Bista, Carnaby and Eltham. Save up to 25% across the stylish and supportive Stressless range. And get up to 20% off on beds too. Tired of waiting for the Great British Summer? There's a warm welcome in store at the HSL summer sale. Now on.
The Admiral spots the Greens. They're doing up their house.
Need a hand with anything?
No. Once the solar panels are up, our eco-transformation is complete. We've even bought a new electric car. Green, to match the house.
Yeah, it looks fab, but why are we whispering?
We're trying to reduce our noise pollution.
Admiral is as committed as the Greens in covering your switch to electric. Get a quote now for your electric car and more. Admiral Insurance, always looking out for you.
This is LBC with Ian Payne.
Yeah, just going back to the previous hour when we were talking about your highs and lows of the Olympics, one that sort of slipped under the radar a bit, of course, was the winning United States women's football team manager is English. Emma Hayes, of course, who was the Chelsea manager. Now she's the manager of both the Olympic team for women's football in America and also their World Cup team as well. Such a shame we can't get together a team for football in the Olympics because of our stupid association. We want to be anyway. Right, so we have so far got a winner. Let's see. More complaints, says the RAC, about Britain's roads than ever before. Well, there are more traffic. There's more traffic on the roads. There's more people to complain, and there are more potholes. But it's not just potholes. I'm more interested in roadworks. Why do roadworks take so long in Britain? And why are they not 24/7 jobs at weekends? After 6 o'clock. It's not like the traffic is banned after 6 o'clock. You're allowed to drive on a road when it's dark, but apparently you're not allowed to dig one up because it's dangerous. I don't know. A set of road. We have a winner so far, unless you know better. Okay, so let's note this. 25 minutes to 6 on Monday, August the 12th. The winner so far is a set of roadworks which has been revealed as the longest running on UK's major road network. It's temporary roadworks on, it's a bit local, but it's Wood End Bridge over the A12 at Witham, I hope I pronounced that right, in Essex. They were installed in 2015 after the bridge was damaged, and at the moment their current running costs, no wait a minute, then so it was 8 years, so from 2015 to 2022. Is it over now? Is it over now? Last we've heard is December 23, but they'll probably have to go back. Do you know any roadworks that have gone on longer than that? There's probably some somewhere. Let's have a look at M6, the junctions of the M62 from Manchester and Liverpool. The cones have been there for at least 8 years. So anything like that we haven't researched officially, if you'd like to verify it, I think we need a nominator and a seconder for this. It's a bit like membership of a private members club. M6, the junctions of M62 from Manchester and Liverpool. The cones have been there for at least 8 years, apparently. Speaking of private members club, a big article in the Sunday Times this morning saying that the Groucho Club, which was like the haven of bohemian lifestyle when Stephen Fry and various others used to be there every night doing whatever, apparently it's gone all corporate now, and it's boring and it's too expensive and nobody interesting goes. It's one of those stories will probably change. Paul's in Deal, thanks for being patient, Paul. Talk about your black spots.
Yes, good morning. Being patient, a bit like the roadworks, really.
It is, you're used to it because you drive buses and coaches.
I used to. I picked up a year ago after 34 years. I just got sick and tired of going nowhere fast, really.
Absolutely right.
And I was a manager for a bus company down here, so I was always attending highway meetings, and I just used to sit there with my head in my hands in pure frustration. I said to them, why? Why are you doing this? Why can't you just dig the roads, lay the roads in 24 hours, all done? They do it in Europe, they do it in Malta where I live. A set of roadworks come in, bang, bosh, done, gone. But we just drag our heels, and highways and A1 just couldn't give me an answer. They just literally couldn't give me an answer.
I've often tried to complain about things, but I've been stymied because I don't really know who to call. To be honest, I don't know.
Lucky enough that you'd like to have the inside information and go to these meetings because they would close bus routes or whatever, so I had to go to them and ask them, why? Like sections of the A2 near me have been closed because basically the A2 is an old road and it's knackered. It's on past itself, I think. But most roads, I mean, we had a road near us in Deal that had 4-way lights, which didn't really make why they put that in because it's health and safety. We didn't need to have 4-way lights.
So get me started on them. But anyway,
and then they dug a hole And then the next thing, there was nobody on it for about a week. Then a sign pops up. We do apologise for the hole being dug. We are waiting parts. Why dig the hole? Why dig the hole? What is happening? Dig the hole when you've got the bits. And it's stayed like that for another 3 weeks.
Was this like a waterboard or gas board?
It was South East water. And there was no burst water main, there was just a trickle there that they obviously found. They wanted to deal with it, they dug it up, oh, we need this bit, rather than turn up with this bit, or at least a van full of parts that you would look like, like an A8 to your car or Scott pieces, or whatever the case may be. But I'm just sick and tired of our roads. One of the reasons why the roads are being bodged, so you get 7 men turn up, 6 standing there watching one guy put a hole up in temporary tarmac.
The others are on their phone.
Why put temporary tarmac down? Why don't you just fix it properly? Because if you come back and fix it,
did you ever get any answers to your queries?
Oh, absolutely, but most of the answers were just ludicrous.
Right.
Hey, we can't work 24 hours because it will cost. Hang on a second.
What do you mean it will cost?
So, that's what I'm arguing was to Highways England, and I was saying, hang on a second, so you're going to close this road for 2 weeks, so you're going to have guys working from 6 a.m. till 4 for 2 weeks, but yet if you've got them working for 5 days, constant, are you telling me that costs more? Yes. Rubbish.
Why does it cost more to work out of hours?
Well, this is what
Because there'll be some rule that you have to pay your workforce twice. Well, change the rule. It's the same work.
They just keep blaming health and safety and noise abatement. I said, hang on a second.
Oh,
You're going to dig up this bit of road in the middle of nowhere, but who's it going to upset the foxes and the wildlife?
I guess if it's a really slap bang in the centre of an urban area roadwork, and you've got some driller drilling through the night, I can understand that might cause noise pollution. But the majority of these things, they're not. They finish at 4 in the afternoon when there's still another 4 hours of daylight.
And that's what annoys me so much, and that's why I just gave up driving buses and coaches. You go to Europe, and they're 24 hours a day, digging holes, filling holes, done, gone. But when I come back from Poland after 10 days and drive up the same street in Kent with all the roadworks, and nothing's changed.
All right, well, listen, if you're stuck, thank you, Paul, if you're stuck in a jam already at 20 to 6 in the morning on a Monday, get someone to take a picture, or if you can, are you allowed to take a picture when you're stationary? No. So are we saying you can't take a picture of a traffic jam completely? Well, if someone else is in the car, unless you're on a bridge, if someone else is in the car, can they take a picture? Be safe out there. Health and safety. Here we go. Dan from Lingfield here. Morning in, M26 already at a standstill at 5:30. It could just be weighted traffic, of course. And the idea of being a commuter to me, my commute, as I say, is a 2 a.m. in, so there's very little around. And there's and 7 o'clock back. Again, I'm going the opposite way. So I'm very, very lucky, although I do have to drive every day. But, anyway, the road looks nice. Just, there's no space on it. It's just all. So there we are. The Noise Abatement Society Chestnut, says Justin. No, I know. You have to think about it, I'm afraid. It's the reason why Wimbledon isn't allowed to go on later than 10 o'clock at night. In Australia, where they play the big tennis tournaments, or not so much France, but in America, they can play until the wee hours. In England, you can't, because the local people have to be. It's 2 weeks a year. Can't you put up with something for 2 weeks a year? A bit of cheering or something? Seriously. Can't build on the golf course because the residents complain, so we can't make Wimbledon tennis bigger. It's an international event. It sends a message to the world about Britain. Yes, we're still open for business, but no, the NIMBYs have closed it down. At Gallows Corner in Romford, says Glyn, we're putting together our top 10 of, what do we call them? Just horrible roads that you just never want to go near because the traffic is always bad. Why is it always so bad? I mean, if I honestly feel such sympathy for anyone who has to drive through one of those under the Thames tunnels, be it the Blackwall Tunnel or what was the other one, Rotherhithe Tunnel, is it? Oh God, every single day. The two places, there'll be somewhere on the M25, sometimes 2 or 3 places that Joanne and her colleagues will tell us in the travel news that is completely chock-a-block. And always the Blackwall Tunnel, one of those tunnels that goes underneath the Thames. Always. At Gallows Corner in Romford, there was a temporary flyover which was built in 1970 to join the A127 to the A12 over a busy roundabout. It is still there. And more prone to closure for roadworks, can only get worse. So here we are. Thank you very much indeed, Prod. You sent a picture of the Gallows Corner flyover refurbishment. Okay. Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Come on, you Northerners, wake up. We're just talking about Essex and Kent at the moment. We want some terrible traffic. We've had a Manchester one. Phil's in Penrith. Phil, I've got about a minute and a half. Do you want to wait until after the travel news, or do you want to go for it now?
In now.
Slip it in now. On you go.
I think there's a lot of whinging going on this morning on LBC.
Of course there is. We're British.
Well,
that's what we do.
You're making the point to just stop all this stuff about traffic jams and cars and roads.
Am I?
Too many cars, mate. That's your problem.
Yes, I've said that. 40 million of them.
Well, can't we work some system out of getting cars off the road?
Go ahead.
Well, all right then. Some people odd days off, odd days, even days.
Yeah, that's what they used to do in the school system in Singapore when I lived there. You have a session for school children in the morning, and then they come home, and then the other half would have school in the afternoon.
Well, let's do it here then. Let's do something positive.
Too many caravans on the road. I'm not going to have an argument with the caravanners. I did it once, and I'll never do it again. You want to? You want to fight with the caravanners? All right, caravans. There's too many of you on the roads. You're turning wonderful holiday destinations into horrific traffic black spots. How do you plead? And you're terrible drivers. I didn't say that. You said that. And your mirrors aren't wide enough. Can't see what's behind you. And people in horse boxes as well. You should be banned. You should be banned as well. 0345 HGV drivers. No way! I am not going there. I'm not. They're middle laners. No, I'm not going there. 0345. They're our friends. Without them, our audience figures will be down in the 50s. 0345 6060 973. The worst black spot that you know. Tell us about the state of roads where you are. Where's the area of road that have seen the longest roadworks in history? At the moment, someone suggested that this Gallows Corner in Romford, it's being touched up all the time. So whether you call that permanent roadworks, I don't know. But they're still going after a flyover was built in 1970. Oh, I love it. It's 6:15. Here is the travel news with the aforementioned Joanne Webb.
Thanks, Ian. There are problems in Chelsea. The Finborough Road is closed northbound from the Fulham Road junction. It's then closed all the way up to Earls Court, and it's because of an ongoing police investigation. That will definitely cause delays throughout this morning. Also expect delays on the North Circular Road westbound up to the Brent Cross flyover, and that's because of that burst water main that happened over the weekend. The emergency repair works are still taking place and only one lane's open. And also because of that burst water main, Spalding Road is closed northbound in Brent Cross. In Harrow Weald, Kenton Lane is closed in both directions. That's because of a burst water main.
Coming up this week on Nick Ferrari at Breakfast.
The Nottingham knife attacks will be seared in the nation's memory for decades to come, and I'll be speaking exclusively with Emma Webber, the mother of victim Barnaby, about a major new report which reveals the full scale of the failings of mental health services in the build-up to the tragedy.
Nick Ferrari at Breakfast. Back this morning from 7.
With Vauxhall, the new electric van range designed to energise Britain.
LBC.
If you've been injured in an accident at work, you could be entitled to thousands of pounds in compensation. Talk to Harris Fowler today. For over 25 years, we've helped people who've been injured at work, in a warehouse, a factory, on site, or anywhere.